What's up? It is everyone's favorite Minx. It is a late night. I know, it's a late night, Minx. We have a life. What are you doing? Why are you calling us here? Well, I have a couple of things that I want to say. A couple of things that have been bothering me for the last couple of days. And you know what? What's the best way to get things off your chest? But as, your own host for your own show that that people said it was impossible. It was impossible. Now, we're gonna start off by saying, wow, wow, just so much energy is being sent, received. It's just, it's not really feeling good. It's not really feeling good. And the more that I peep, the more that I try to stay quiet. I don't want to, sound too conspiracy. But, I kind of feel like that my favorite clip of social media of all time is when Chris Brown, he's like, "Can someone please tell me what the fuck is going on?" Yeah, that type of shit. There's things going on right now, and I want to talk about it all. First and foremost, rest in peace to. I can't believe I'm saying this twice in almost a week. Now it's PNB Rock, and it's just this whole situation that transpired. I definitely want to talk about it. In sheeple news, okay, we know the music business. Minx, why are we talking about the music business? Fuck the music business. That shit don't got nothing to do with the fact that we ain't got food. The gas is high. That shit ain't got nothing to do with. Absolutely, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. I am not debating you on that. I am not going to tell you that what you feel is incorrect. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. What I will say is that once again, this is my show. I will talk about whatever the fuck it is that I want to talk about. And if it seems to be off your little radar, you'll probably regret not listening to this episode. That is a you problem. I'm the one that's up at 1:56 in the morning. So my observations, I feel, are very valid. And if you don't care for it, that's cool. But this is Sheeple News, all right? Wicked observations, the Sheeple News Report, right? We got the Sheeple News, we got the real news, we got the Sheeple News. But what y'all don't understand is that the Sheeple News kind of affects the real news. Because the Sheeple News is the distraction. It's the distraction. It's the sheep that are distracted as, they let everybody else move in the background. So I peep both sides. And right now, what seems to be the biggest distraction of them all is the music business and business dealings that happens within that industry. So, PNB Rock. Now I've already said what I believe happened, and I believe that is indirectly connected to Pat's Day. I'm just going to be honest. She got Sauce Walker lying about a body. Allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly because, I know all these. I love Cardi B. I love you, Cardi. But biting your tongue these days, it's a requirement. Especially with things that have to do with defamation. What I am speaking on is what I believe is going on. And quite frankly, nobody will see it. I'm just being totally honest. Yeah. What? Come on. Nobody's going to hear this. I'm just speaking my mind. So, this situation occurred, and again, I said I believe that they are indirectly connected because you have Sauce Walker that was allegedly scamming independent rappers for mixtape slots. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about that. You have Pat Stay, who dropped a second verse as a diss track against the game for the same said accusation. He is deceased. Just a lot of death, right? There's just a lot of death recently. Not saying there wasn't death before. I'm saying it's more death since the Queen passed away. Her character passed away. I believe she's been gone. But anyway, so the Queen passes. And I said, I've been noticing a lot of things going on in the news, and I haven't been really keeping up with my Discord. So I needed a reason to be involved in my Discord. And I basically said, you know what? I keep talking about numbers. People keep asking me about numbers. I have enough followers on TikTok that if they are involved with servers such as Discord, they can visit and have these conversations with me because, let's face it, social media, it ain't it no more. It ain't it no more. It ain't it no more. It's just not. It's not really about free speech anymore. It's more about control. We'll let people see your content. And then when you start talking about shit that you are not supposed to be talking about, that's when we're going to slow down your reach. And yeah, you'll never work in this town again type shit. So that's what's happening to creators, especially creators that, like myself, I find myself to be the most unproblematic creator. I speak my mind. I talk about my observations. I play my fucking games. And, I just get on here and try to help independent artists excel. That's what I do. I know I'm not big or anything like that. Never said I was. But I feel like I'm a likable person to have the amount of knowledge that I do to just like hoard it. Why hoard the knowledge? I'll develop a platform where people can invest in my time, and in exchange, I will give you the keys to the information that you're looking for. If I have it. And if I don't have it, I'll find it. That's just basically, I think that's an even exchange of energy. So basically, the Queen dies. Again, I'm back to the Queen. What is it about this that really is like a splinter in my mind? Because you have the Queen of England, and then now you have queens in hip hop going back and forth in front of the audience, right? The audience is us. The algorithm pushes their feuds to our news feeds because the blogs that are paid also advertise these feuds, and they just keep adding fuel to the fire. The more likes and shares it gets is more fuel to the fire. So in my Discord server, I started saying to myself, I was having a lot of visions and ideas and thoughts that were coming to me, and I just was like, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't really care anymore. I just want to get it out. Okay? So we're going to head over to my Discord server, which this tab is for just my gematria shit, gematria. And, this is all going back up to talking about PNB Rock, okay? Just a lot of things this definitely gave me Nipsey vibes because you ever feel like you're having the same dream over and over and over again, but it's like the characters keep changing. It's the same thing. I was getting that Nipsey vibe, and then from Nipsey to Triple X to it's just the same narrative. You have a rapper that gets robbed and killed for his shit, and it is a devastating blow to hip hop. Rappers, rich rappers, getting robbed and killed, right? Allegedly. And it's looking like, for me, I'm like, how are all these rappers that are getting robbed and killed, how are they all fucking signed to the same label? How are they all signed to the same label? And they're all getting robbed and killed. These people that are signed to a label that I'm almost certain has a life insurance policy out on them. Y'all don't have security, especially if you're traveling. See, this is why I say the era that we are in, of what is considered famous. Just too many, just too much shit going on. I'm rich, you're not. Ha ha. Come to the block, you're killed. Right? You get killed in the hood that, you were raised in. 9 times out of 10. You get killed in the hood that you were raised in. Just coming to say hi, coming to give money, coming to, hey, I'm making an appearance and giving back to my community. They'll take you out then too. Okay. So let's continue. I don't want to be long-winded. I have a lot on my mind, and I hope you don't mind. Again, like I said, Empire Distribution is the name of the distribution company. All of these rappers are signed to. Okay. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that Pat Stay's death was literally the kickoff of the retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde we are in. September 9th to October the 2nd. Oh, 2022. So, September the 9th, he died the 6th. So it was like we were going into this retrograde with just like a shocking energy. Like, what? Like, this guy drops a song and then he's dead. A controversial song, and then he's dead. Right? That's the thing that kind of stuck out to me. And the way that he died, with getting stabbed. It's like, wow, that's so... I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, I feel like stabbing someone to death is more of like a crime of passion than just shooting somebody, because you have to literally pierce their flesh. And that's why I feel like I'm like, is this... I know there was a lot of people that got stabbed that weekend, but I'm still pointing out the fact that stabbing, insanity. It seems targeted to me, right? But again, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist. I'm just telling you what the fuck I'm peeping. Okay? All right, back to the server. So then the 13th, as you see, I was seeing this big feud of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, which I came onto Station Head, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and I warned about this shit, right? I warned about this shit. I said something is happening. Something is happening, and this is what's happening. Now, I recently, I wanted to get more acclimated with playing cards, right? I was at Walgreens, and there was just all these dope playing cards. I was like, oh, I want a pack of playing cards. I don't know why I want a pack of playing cards here. I have tarot cards. I have all those cards. But I was like, everyone's like, oh, we have these, and it was just so many different like designs. Like one was London, which really stood out to me because the Queen had just died, and I just was like, this looks like one of those like um Illuminati card game joints. So I was like, okay, so I want cards, right? So I go and get the cards that I want, and these are the cards. It's called Monarchy. They're Monarchy cards, and I don't know. Like I feel like with certain things, like you get drawn to things. Like you'll be at the store and you're just drawn to an object. The object is like, buy me, purchase me. I didn't go to the fucking Walgreens for that. I didn't go to Walgreens with an intent of walking out of there with fucking playing cards. It is just what happened. So this leads me into why I'm mentioning cards here. So I got into learning these cards, right? So they have these cards of illumination, and of course I did my reading for that. And Cardi is a Jack of Clubs, and Nicki is a Ten of Clubs. These are both clubs, right? I was like, oh, they in the club. Interesting. Their birthdays fall on clubs. So then I said to myself, okay, so if Cardi is a Jack and Nicki's a 10, that made me think of poker, right? 10 and Jack is a mechanical device used to raise temporarily to support a heavy object. A Jack, blah, blah, blah. So this talking about the differences of what a Jack can be in numbers as far as baseball is concerned, producing a home run. But this is what this is. We're playing we're playing a card game, right? And what makes me laugh is when I was a child, every time I would think of like a deck of cards, I've always seen, the Queen of Hearts. I don't care about any, maybe it was pre-programmed because of Alice in Wonderland, because the Queen of Hearts. But the Queen of Hearts just always stood out to me. It just was a beautiful card to me. Just very vibrant in color. I like the King, but the Queen was different. I felt like these two faces, even though they are the same, they are different. Keep that in mind. The two-faced, right? So this big fight that I said before of everything that's going on. Queen of hip hop. I said, who's the Queen of hip hop? Pops up, Mary J. Blige. Funny. Because I was thinking about what Cardi B and Nicki Minaj got into that fight. And, looking at the people that are in the audience, it just, if you take a look at that video, look at all the people around. Why some people's eyes, like I tweeted, why are people's eyes illuminated in film? That has to be a special effect. When you take a picture, obviously the flash is going to reflect and it's going to give that reddish white hue. But I've never seen that in a recording, like on a cell phone camera, of capturing that. So take a look at that. The Cardi B and Nicki Minaj fight. Look at everyone in the room. I'm just saying. Okay? So it was kind of weird how that connected, because it made me think of Mary J. Blige's music video. She's walking and all the photographers' faces are morphing into demonic entities, which made me laugh because that is also connected to Elton John. I'm just saying. Deep inside, I wish that you could see, 'cause I'm just plain old Mary, which this card, Mary, It kind of resembles Mary Magdalene to me, right? Mary, the card, Queen. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Minx is getting somewhere. I am. But this is not to get confused with the fact that Nicki Minaj is defending her title as the queen of rap, not the queen of hip hop, the queen of rap. Rap. Rhythm and poetry. Okay? Now, I want to take you guys into an understanding. These phrases, it's giving coke. Nicki Minaj, both of these equal 11 when you add it up. Party Gang, Fandom, 33. So you see that threes play a lot. Threes play a lot. Okay, so we're going to go down a little bit more. See, Cardi B, we talked about this in my other video that I had said about her being on the the white horse. I was about to say red. She was on a horse for the Harper Bazaar, and crowning her as like the trap Cinderella, right? Cinderella, you're coming from the Bronx, right? Cardi B from the Bronx. And I've always felt like Cardi was, very charismatic. I remember her from Vine when she first started. Very charismatic. Music was good, just dope. But I've also felt like the industry has been playing her low key, like the movie Carrie, pranking her, making her believe that she can reach these accolades and milestones as a female rapper. And again, I'm not saying I don't like her. I think Cardi is very talented. She's very charismatic, like I said. She has that personality. I've often said to myself, like, are they playing her? Are they playing her? Are they really making her quotas? Like, is she meeting the quotas in order for her to be crowned certain things, including down to how everybody was like, oh, she doesn't deserve the Grammy. I said after a while, like, okay, they are trying to make her go out like Selena. And I'm not speaking this into existence. I'm only pointing out words that were put out into the universe. Cardi B called herself the Trap Selena. Remember, everybody was falling out over that. Oh, why would you even call yourself that? She called herself the Trap Selena. Trap Selena in English Sumerian Gematria equals 666. I'm like, you're calling upon energy. So I was doing some research, about Selena, how does Cardi B and Selena match up? And here's what I thought was very interesting. Now, Selena, when she passed away, which was March the 31st, she went out as a 5 of clubs. A 5 of clubs day. But Selena was born on a 5 of diamonds day. and made me think. You got these two beautiful women, Cardi, Jack of Clubs, Nicki, Ten of Clubs. But those are the days that they were born. And Selena went out on a club day. Because you know everything's reversed. Up is down, left is right, right? So keep that in mind. Now, what I find strange is that all of a sudden, Nicki and Cardi are being pit against one another because of their take on PMB's mother, child's mother. So Cardi's like, I highly doubt that people were looking at PMB's baby mother's Instagram, right? He was in a bad location and people stay outside plotting and blah, 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 blah. Nicki fired off 2 shots. First shot was about Pop Smoke. After Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts. He was such a pleasure to work with, blah, 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 blah. And then she says, the people around these rappers gain so much, it's time to start reminding them over and over. At least try to put your foot down if you care. Tell them you're not loved like you think you are. You're prey, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Why this needed to be headlines is beyond me. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I thought I had it up. I don't have it up. But why this was headlines is beyond me. Why did we need to see 2 women now getting into a issue because you don't like the hot take? Okay. Then somehow or another, Azealia Banks got into this shit, which is more proof that they are adding all of the ingredients for a disaster. Azealia Banks comes out of nowhere and tells the world that Cardi B allegedly did a work on her, a bruja work on her. I don't know. So Aquamoon says on Twitter, how are people shocked that Cardi is doing tarot? Her name is literally Bagaliz Alamazar. That's a very bold, that's very bold type of thing to say. It's like saying, oh, because you are a certain culture that you do that shit. But either way, it was interesting. So today, I sat here, I said I wasn't going to spend too much time on this because, again, what people are not realizing is that this is the history repeating itself again. Because the first time that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj got into it was in New York Fashion Week. Harper Bazaar, like I said before. And we are now in New York Fashion Week in 2022. This is New York Fashion Week once again. So something about the fashion, New York Fashion Week, and these two start beefing automatically, like out of nowhere. I'm like, nah, this was conjured up. This was a conjured up beef. So Cardi said something that really made me take the time out and say, look, I got to do this. And I'm looking at the clock. It's 2:22 a.m. Funny. So Cardi's replying back because now, Cardi's having, she's telling Tasha K to cut the check. You're running your mouth, but you ain't cutting my check. You lost the court proceeding. And you're in these comments and you're in these blogs and you're supposed to be in that bank cashing that check. So this is where I thought it was very interesting because Tasha and Cardi are arguing. But here comes Nicki fans inserting that certain tweets that Cardi sends off is an indirect to Nicki. No. Hell, y'all are adding fuel. Not only are you adding fuel to the fire, you're also adding dynamite. You're also adding. It's just gonna. It's gonna go. This is what's happening. So, Cardi puts up a tweet. And hold on. She puts up a tweet. And she says, and I quote, hold on. She says, "That's the plot though. Bait till I respond to make me look like the crazy one while hands are being hidden. They do that to me all the time. I'm just playing their game now." Again, references of a fucking game. Poker. A hidden hand. This is what's happening. Now, I want to say that I am very concerned about Cardi B because Cardi B does not realize how powerful she is with her tongue. Pause. Pause. I wasn't trying to put it in that way. But her tongue is very powerful. And she is calling upon energies to herself that spirit is telling me, Cardi may not even hear this shit. Maybe one of her fans will and say, "Yo, Cardi, listen, there's a chick from the Bronx. That's all you need to know. Her name is Minxie from the Bronx. You know, she has a little podcast. She talks some shit. She's very, very, very on point about things, and I think you should just take a listen." I said that, and I looked at the recording time. It said 33. Okay? So, okay. Now, the second part of this is my findings. Is like I said, Cardi's calling energy to herself, and it's not good, right? And I'm really imploring her to stop feeding into these next coming days of bullshit, okay? Because that's what's happening. And more proof that Cardi is really attracting shit. She mentions the hidden hand. A hidden hand is an unknown force or influence believed to be the cause of certain, often unfortunate events. Now, if you know the Freemasons and, you know, all those private clubs that we are not invited to, there is one called the Hidden Hand. Look into that. She says this. Apparently there was a death threat made to her. And she says, like, when you see me, what? It's all fun and games till start making them threats. Putting a threat on my head, laugh my ass off. I gotta laugh. I'm comfortable in my city, LA, down south to wherever the guy go. Gonna have to shoot me and kill me. I'm censoring myself so I don't give them a reason. You know how it is. I don't. Shoot, she is telling the universe, what the fuck is going on? Hold on. I'm trying to find the. Okay. Cardi B responds to alleged death threat. You're gonna have to shoot me and kill me. Listen. Again, calling on this shit. And she said this shit August the 25th. You see where we're going with this? How the fuck this shit is escalating? You have literally told the universe that you want to go out like the Trap Selena. That's some Trap Selena shit. And we don't want you to go out like Trap Selena. So, like I said, you remember 22. This article was updated 22 days ago, which is funny. Things got out of hand at a New York Fashion Week party when Cardi B attacked Nicki Minaj. She attacked Nicki Minaj. This is what they're saying. This week, I find it very strange that they named this Cardi B is radiant in red while giving back to her old middle school. Radiant in red. So she gave her old school $100,000 donation, right? She gave them $100,000. So they felt the need to add this. Cardi posed for pics with students in a curve-hugging red dress. Red. Y'all had to. Red. Now, when Cardi said this shit about wherever she goes, she gonna do, that made me think of this shit. Hold on. Kim Kardashian. Like, Minx, why would you think about Kim Kardashian with all this shit? Well, hear me out. Now, Kim Kardashian, when she got robbed at gunpoint, this happened at a Paris Fashion Week, right? So she got robbed, and Kanye West jumped off the stage. His peoples even said, "Oh yeah, he ain't gonna be performing. He has a family emergency," right? So I said, since we're on the subject of rappers getting robbed and shot, I'm looking at the feminine aspect of this, and that is New York Fashion Week. So she got robbed at gunpoint. A woman. So this is why I was very, very concerned, because the Queen of Clubs pops up again with these cards that I'm playing. I'm shuffling the cards. I was thinking about Cardi and Nicki, like, damn, like, what the fuck is gonna happen? And boom, Queen of Clubs, right, pops up. Most women look at her as a dangerous rival, right? She's warm, tender, sympathetic in nature, right? She's well behaved, very spiritual, loves to be of service, blah blah blah. But this card also means that she's gonna get betrayed, right? A dangerous situation that's happening here. Someone close to her is probably going to betray her and set her up. And Cardi thinks that after a tweet like this, I can go wherever the fuck I want to go. You already know that somebody gonna say, "Oh, we about to tell you that you can." And when you telling me these celebrities are talking about they're getting death threats, a threat on my head, I'm comfortable in my city. What city? I'm very concerned. I believe that Cardi, she has called a lot of energy to herself, and she needs to either stop tweeting and change the conversation, which I think it's good that she's donating money to her old school, but I don't know what's going to happen with Tasha K going off about how Cardi only has one album. One album, no tour, ah. And I'm just like what are you mad at? You lost a defamation case. And I'm pretty sure that, Cardi warned you, and she probably had her camp warn you to stop defaming her character because of what old girl, I'm not going to name her name, because no one's talking about her. No one's talking about her. It's all about Cardi. And personally, I'm like, y'all trying to, give me a minute. Y'all got this woman. She owes Cardi B money. I want y'all to hear this rant that she's talking about and keeps mentioning about.
I am tired of this ex-2-year superstar. 2-year superstar. 1 album, 3 singles, 3 features. Still bragging about that 1 album that you sold the publishing rights to because you needed the money. Who sells out that fast? You got 1 album. You're supposed to have multiple albums.
See, this is where I get pissed off with, because who the fuck told you that? That does not equate to success. She don't have to do world tours. She doesn't have to do any of that crazy shit. She literally made her dreams come true. And it's about to become a nightmare. Because again, this brings me back to my point of when I said, okay, let's say that Tasha K has a point. Let's say. What I find very, very sinister is that she only has 1 album. She has 2 children. She has a wife. She is struggling with her marriage, allegedly, according to Tasha K. We're not there. I'm not there. I don't know. They look happy to me. But I often question, is this part of the energy harvest? Is this part of it? Are we supposed to fall in love with the character, the person, and putting all their talents and politics aside? Cardi B is loved worldwide. She is relatable. People fuck with her. I fuck with her. But 1 album, like Tasha's saying, no shows, addicted to plastic surgery, allegedly. I don't agree, but allegedly. And because she is constantly on social media and doing small meet and greets and stuff like that, that's a problem to Tasha K. To Tasha K, you have to be doing all this shit. Well, I didn't see Beyonce doing shows during the pandemic. I don't understand what is considered successful to people these days. Can't a person just say, I made it? I I'm recognizable. I have a Grammy. I made it is not enough. Maybe Cardi B got to the door and they said, if you want to get to the next level, you got to do more shit. And she said, you know what? I'm Gucci. I can do the fashion thing like Selena, right? Like Selena. This is why I say this is upsetting. It could cause a tragic ending, right? Because Selena also had the same exit plan. She was like, I am going to blow up, take my money, and breeze the fuck on out. Right? Which a lot of people don't know that Yolanda, right? Yolanda's killer, Selena's killer filmed inside a prison. Yolanda Saldivar discloses that Selena had told her she was pregnant before she shot her to death. This is insanity. They took Selena out the game. She got her Grammy. And this is why I say it was very strange that Cardi B would even use that trap Selena thing. Very strange. So she blew up, Selena. She got her Grammys. Okay. And now she's like, you know what? I want to settle down and get married and have a family. And her camp was like, fuck no. No way. So I pray for everybody. You know, I pray for everybody. Yes, I know. What if Cardi B is a clone? What if she's not real? What if I pray for everybody. Everything's a figment of our imagination. Past your four walls, you don't know what is real. You pray for people that are suffering and stuff like that. You don't even know if they're real. So at the end of the day, I think the intention of, wow, you know, I'm empathetic to the fact that a person is going through shit. Allegedly. I'm going to use a prayer. I'll use a prayer for that. That doesn't make me a bad person for believing. But I am very concerned. And I think that Cardi B needs to exit the stage. Like, what did Beyonce say? To the left, to the left. Yep. Well, understand, Cardi. You're going to be Gucci for the rest of your life. You're Gucci. If right now, if this was a game of poker, I'm telling you to cash the fuck out. Right? They already tried to take Offset. Remember, Offset was in that crazy car accident. They already tried to take Offset. And you already know Cardi, she ain't gonna let nothing happen to those babies. But Cardi, I would definitely just cash the fuck on out. I wouldn't even stay in this business. It'll be very hard for me as a Bronx artist to see that something happened to a Bronx artist and she didn't take my warnings. I'm nobody. I'm just Minx Couture from the Bronx. She ain't worried about my little punk ass. You know what I'm saying? She's not. But, you know, maybe one day, maybe she's scrolling on the toilet or some shit. She's chilling and she's like, oh, who the fuck is this bitch Minx from the Bronx? Like, she stayed, like, I seen her name associated with some, that crazy academy motherfucker. Yeah, I seen her name. Let me see what she's about. Oh, she got a 1 hour video about me. Let me see what this bitch is talking about. So the lines get all fucked up when I said that. Look. Cardi B from the Bronx. I'm Minx C from the Bronx. I'm not a tarot reader. I'm not anything like that. I just see patterns. And I just hope that you know what you're doing, girl. That's it. That's it. And I hope that Tasha K runs you your money, because she didn't want to help us for a request when we asked her to break the story about what we talked about in the beginning segment. So I personally, Tasha, pay up. Cardi, get your money, get out. And Nicki, you're also playing a very dangerous game, girl. I hope you know what you're doing too.